I think we lost a connection in there. So
okay. Are we?
Hi guys, I think we lost our connection. I'm not sure what all you guys saw there, but it looks like it just flashed back on. So I'm not sure
Did
what.
they miss everything?
I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what happened, but
awesome.
We might have to start over. I'm not really sure what just happened there. I know. So we're at Lindinhof. We have been attempting to stream. I'm not sure what message I just got on my phone, but I think we're live again.
Steph, it's your bad juju brought to us.
I know. It's been a crazy day, and I'm having some problems with the old reception and stuff, but we're here. We're starting to lunge a rider. So I'm gonna just turn it back over to Megan, and I hope this is working.
I have an idea.
Okay.
How about if it doesn't work tonight, we go back and check it. We just do a read.
Yeah. Well.
Because another lunge lesson wouldn't hurt.
We're starting to get comments in, so I think we're finally. I'm sorry, you guys. All I know is I think we were having some connectivity issues, but now I'm getting.
Well, did they see anything?
I don't know. So Jenny, you're in chat right now. Did you get anything, or is it just now like coming in? I'm not really sure because so we use this program called StreamYard, and I was having a terrible time with it when we thought we started. So anyway, yep. So she says she can see us. Okay.
Okay, great. So we'll continue on.
So sorry, Jenny. You probably missed about. We probably missed maybe 10 minutes of it. So sorry, Megan. I don't think it was.
It was working.
But she says she can see you and hear you. So.
Okay. Well, slide is warmed up. And we did warm up exercises already. One thing I'm noticing about Jenna is her heels are coming up tonight.
And you've already switched direction. We should tell them that.
Yeah, so we've already switched direction. We've done circle exercises, tree trunk. I don't really want to waste him on going back. We can do another lunging of the rider event. Sometimes technology just isn't with us.
Yeah.
But I want you to come up into 2-point, Jenna. And I love 2-point. Good. Lean a little bit more forward. Stick your butt out. Good. And so what this exercise does is it draws her lower leg under her, and it forces her to stretch down into her heels. And then the exercise that I love the most is I tell her, stand up on your tippy toes, sink down into your heels. Still keeping the 2-point position. Stand up on your tippy toes, hold, sink down into your heels. Good job. Stand up on your tippy toes. And now sink down into your heels. Good. Now in this position, I want you to take both arms out to the side. Good job. And this is extremely difficult. Now hands in front of you. Good. Sink down. You're still in 2-point. Now arms out to the side. Now hands in front. Now to the side. Good. Now stand up and come to posting. Good. That was a great exercise. Do you feel a difference in your heels? Yeah, find depth into your heels. So this is, again, for me, this is another warm-up exercise. Now go ahead and come to sitting trot. Good. Shoulders a little bit more forward. Good. With your inside arm, same thing, big circles backwards. Chin up. Bring your shoulders a little bit more forward. Good. Big arm circles. Oh, chin up. There. Good, Jenna. And now switch arms. So very simple exercises. Just arm circles, stretching your pecs, stretching your shoulders. But can you do it without leaning back? Now come a little bit more forward. Now both arms. One is, yep. One is up, one is down, like a window. Here you go. Good. Chin up. Hold on, Jenna. And arms straight out to the side. Straight up to the side. Palms up. Same exercise that we did in the posting. So we're doing the same exercises so you guys can see them again. Twist left. Good. And notice how her arms come forward. Now come back to center and bring your arms further back. So you stretch the front of your chest. Keep your chin up. And now, and do not, I call this the pizza exercise. Do not drop your pizza. Now twist to the right. Good. And now back to center. And notice how your arms came forward. Keep them back. Twist to the left. Good. And back to center. Now twist to the right again. Very good. Keep your shoulders a little bit more forward. And now back to center. Good. And then relax. Good. And now that walk transition. Watch your upper body. You're coming too far back. And you want to think more of relaxation and exhale to get into walk. Let's do that again. Sitting trot. Up. Up. Shoulders a little bit more forward. Chin up. Good. Lean forward an inch. There you go. You're more in alignment. But bring your lower leg back and under you. And now exhale. Sink into the saddle, not leaning back. Look, come on, even a little bit more forward. There you go. Do you feel too far forward? Are you? No, you're sitting into the saddle. You're leaning too far back. Okay, back to the trot. Up. Good. One more, and then we're going to change direction and drop your stirrups. And now a walk transition. Forward, lower leg under you. All right, so these were warm-up exercises that Jenna did in the posting. I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not.
I don't think so.
Sorry if it's a repeat. Otherwise, we first had slide warm-up, just walking off the lunge line, no side raise attached. This also helps the rider. And then we put them on the lunge line. I think it's really important that the horse and rider get a chance to warm up. And she rode in the posting trot. I think that's really important. And then we did these exercises. Yes?
We have a question from a viewer. Jenny asked, as an instructor, what benefits do you see when giving a rider a lunge lesson to improve their riding?
Oh my God, all the benefits. So it's so beneficial. A rider only gets to focus on themselves. If the horse is a good lunge horse, you can see how Sly is really a great lunge horse. He just puts his head down, goes to work, and it makes a rider aware of what they're doing. Normally, I do lunge in front of the mirrors so riders can look at their position. Because a lot of times in lunge lessons, riders hear what you say, but they don't always necessarily believe what you're telling them. And their bodies is saying, I'm comfortable where I'm at, even though their head is cocked to the right. And so by doing a lunge lesson in front of a mirror, or doing little changes if the rider is open to it and listening, makes them so aware. It also gives them a chance to coordinate their body. It's something different. It's not the same old, same old. So I cannot recommend a lunge lesson more than anything. I mean, it's the best. It's the best lesson. The Spanish riding school has riders on the lunge line for the first 2 years that they come there. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it.
Okay, drop your stirrups, cross them over. So now we get to, after the rider and the horse are warmed up, we get to the real meat of it, right? And make sure you can grab that strap, maybe put them under the reins. Where we really work on the seat, feel how she's sitting. The only benefit of that we don't get from the lunge line, and this is where it's beneficial to have 2 instructors, one on the outside, one on the inside. I can't really see if she's straight, vertically straight, and where her weight is. And so that's where I find being in front of our mirror is really helpful, because I ask the rider to watch that. Draw your lower leg back, toe up, heel down, look straight ahead, and really focus on keeping your shoulders in front of your hips. There you go. All right, so now we get to the sitting trot without stirrups. Here we go. Ready? Trot. Give him a little squeeze. Good. Keep your weight on your left seat bone. Good. And so he comes in if you have any weight on your inside seat bone. So keep your weight even. Careful here, you're behind the vertical. Draw your lower leg back and under you. Bring your upper body a little bit more forward.
Can I ask a question again?
Yes.
Crystal asks, do you recommend lunge lessons for all levels of riders? And how often do you recommend taking a lunge lesson?
I do. All levels of riders. And once a month, whatever fits into their time, their schedule, their budget. Good. So with your inside leg, big circles with your inside toe. Draw a little circle.
So to clarify, you're suggesting at least once a month?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Circle both ankles now. So we're just going to go through we're just going to show you some exercises on the lunge line. So circle your toes, draw big circles with your toes. So I first start down at the ankle. And I have my riders circle their toes. And now circle the other way. It's important you go both ways. Chin up, don't look down. Shoulders more forward. Now go the other way. And this shows me, because she can't grip if she's circling her toes. Does she lose her balance? Where does she lose her balance? Does she start to twist? Go ahead and relax your leg. With your left hand, hold on to the front of the saddle, right hand behind. And right from your right knee down, swing your lower leg forward and back. And your goal is even weight on both seat bones. Keep your chin straight. You're twisting to the right and looking down. So when I'm watching, I want to see that the upper body stays in place, that it stays in alignment with the horse's shoulders. Go ahead and switch your arms and swing your left leg. And while you're swinging your left leg, keep your right knee bent and the lower leg under you. It's coming forward. So again, we do one side, then we do the other. Good. How's that feel? Good. And now both legs. And I call this the scissors. When the left leg is forward, the right leg is back. And again, I watch her. What does she do? Today on the slide, I taught her a lesson earlier today. She looks like a totally different rider. So this is super cool because I'm like, oh, we have more things to work on. She's sitting behind the vertical. That's her go-to. So when she's losing her balance, so I took away her stirrup. Now I'm making her do funny exercises. This is where people show you their weaknesses and the things you want to work on and help them become aware of. Go ahead and relax your legs and put them back into position. Draw your lower leg back and under you. Chin up. You have to feel it. Shoulders a little bit more forward. There you go. Even more forward. So lean forward. Chin straight. There you go. And we're going to walk. Exhale. Don't pull. Exhale. There, that was better. You still lean back? How are you feeling? Are you tight in your thighs? It hurts. So today, Jenna is actually, you weren't sore when you rode your first lesson, were you? No. So she's sore today. So her lower leg. So that's another thing is, being realistic. If someone is sore, and knowing maybe why their lower leg is wanting to stay forward. So that, like I said earlier today, she was sitting vertical. So I'm going to bring them sideways so that way they can see what I'm talking about. But your lower leg is not too bad. It's just coming a little bit forward and now lean back. That's where you're going. Can you feel that with your upper body? And so our bodies are like little pendulums. So is it the shoulders that are coming back, or is it her lower leg coming forward? And she's telling me she's sore in her glutes, and so, or tight, either or, doesn't matter. So that makes sense. I would think it would be coming from the leg. And so then, of course, for the lesson, I'm going to keep telling her to bring your lower leg here. I'm also going to change back and forth, bring your shoulders a little bit more forward, and really think more leading. So this was a great example. So you have to be careful on what you're saying to someone. So round your shoulders, and I said, bring your shoulders forward, right? Like that. So that's what she did. That is not what I want, right? And it was also partly how I said it. So bring your shoulders back. And now lean forward and lean with your sternum. There you go. Can you see how now she's in a vertical position? So then lean back like you're coming from trot to walk. Lean back even more and round your shoulders just a little bit forward. That's what she was doing. And so you see how our bodies are like a pendulum. So if her shoulders go back, her lower leg is going to come forward. And so you have two ways of saying bring your upper body more forward or bring your lower leg back. There, toe up a little, stretch down into your heel, chest open, lead with the sternum, and you want to make sure when you do say that, which she is not, that she is not becoming hollow in her back. I don't want her to become hollow in the back. Number one, longevity. I don't want her back sore, tension. She's not going to be able to follow the motion. That's not the correct position. So this is what we're looking for. So now we're going to go the other way, and we're going to have her do an exercise I call the frog. I'm going to quickly explain it. Raise your right knee up to my hand, and now when you stretch down, keep your knee bent and lead with the heel, and you want to think about stepping on my hand. See that? That's really going to hurt, right? And now when she does this, and I don't have my riders do that a lot. Like it's 5 on one side, 5 on the other, because a lot of people are tight in their hip flexors, their hip. So this is not an exercise you need to do 20. Sometimes someone's super tight and we only do 3, and that's totally okay. But what you want to be looking for when raise your knee, that she doesn't round her back and lean back, which is what is going on. And then when she stretches down with her leg, we don't want her to lean forward. So with these exercises, the whole purpose is, can you do these simple exercises, but keep your seat bones connected in the saddle, that your position does not move. You don't twist, you don't pop out of the saddle, you don't lean behind the vertical. So now we're going to go to the left, and we're going to try that exercise and see how it goes. And it's a very hard exercise. I feel like I'm a heavy breather. Can you hear that? I think it's because I'm under the fan. All right, here we go. So Jenna, I want you to focus on what we just talked about. Keep your knees bent, your lower leg under you, your upper body. Think of keeping your chest open. That's why going back to that trunk twist, why that's so important. You want to keep the chest open, not rounding your shoulders. There you go. Ready? Without it changing coming into the trot. Good. Lean forward, chin up. You're looking down. Look between his ears. Good. Out. Keep him out. Good. That's better. Chin up. Now chest forward. Sternum forward. There you go. All right. Inside hand can hold the back of the saddle. Outside hand in front. And now raise your left knee and then stretch your lower leg down and back. And now down and back. That's pretty good. Keep your chest open. But as we go to 5, let's see if her position changes. Raise it up. Higher. And now stretch down and back. Chin up. Good. And raise it up. Stretch down and back. Now you can see her leaning back. So keep your right there. Now raise it up. Use your abs. Engage your core. Higher. Higher. And now stretch down and back. Good job. Last one. Raise it up. Stretch it down and back. The other thing you want to make sure that your outside leg is still staying in riding position. Switch your legs. Toes up. Heels down. Switch your arms. Good. And now raise up with your right leg. Stretch down and back. That's good. This left leg is very good. Raise it up. Stretch down and back. Keep your left leg connected. It came off the side. Raise it up. Stretch down and back. Raise up. Down and back. Now relax. Now look straight ahead. Now both legs. Let's come forward first. Make sure you're in a good riding position. And now raise up. Stretch down and back. Good. This is super difficult. Raise up. Stretch down and back. Make sure you're not actually pushing off the front of the saddle. Sink into the saddle. Lean, bring your chest more forward, sternum more forward. Chin up, lean forward. Now raise up. Down and back. So you can see it's a struggle. We're going to quit with that. Good. How do you feel? Good. And this is a much better position. And I want you to think that you're going to bicycle backwards. Slowly bicycle back. The tiniest. And now notice what happened to her leg. It became quieter and more, it stayed along his side. Again, tiny. Yeah, good. Watch your upper body. Keep your chin up. Good. Sternum forward. Bring this. Yeah, bring your upper body forward. Good. And walk. Stretch up through your spine. Stretch up, up, up. Very good. That was a good transition. Good. I feel really discombobulated. I think it's because we don't know what they saw.
I would just, it sounds like what Jenny was saying, that nothing until when I said, oh, I think something's wrong. They didn't see anything.
They didn't see
yeah, it's unfortunate.
thing.
So I'm really sorry, you guys. We had a whole good like 10 minutes where I kind of did an introduction.
Kind of like, so I apologize too, because I'm feeling kind of disorganized on what to do. Also, you know, I don't want to, I think it's important not to overwork the horse. Like 35 minutes to 45 minutes, honestly, I think is a good workout. And again, I'm not sure what they saw.
Yeah. I think all the posting trout work was not seen.
Okay. And there was a lot of good information.
I think when it finally clicked in, you had just started to turn around, so they missed like that whole first direction.
Okay.
So
that's
it's important to let you guys know, like, they warmed up. She had just turned around when I think we finally figured out and we're started to go live.
Yeah. So I only stuck with 3 exercises today. So
it looked really hard.
Yeah.
So kudos, Jenna, because that looked really, really hard.
And think about it.
What a great horse.
Sitting the trot for 20 minutes. Really not a lot of breaks other than switching. I like to switch my horse a lot. And have to be able to hold that position. And she's young. She's 19. So just imagine anyone older.
Young
19.
and flexible and strong.
Yeah, and she's worked a long day.
Yeah.
So
she's a little tired.
So do you find that lunge lesson helpful? What do you think about that lunge lesson? How is that helpful to you as a rider?
This makes me aware of my position.
And do you feel a change between your 2 rides today?
Yeah.
Like why do you think you're struggling with this afternoon ride?
With your, I'm thinking about like I'm tight. I can't bring my legs back. So when I'm riding him, I probably
And do you think maybe like from a long day of work that mentally, physically, and she has a physical day. So that's something to think about. Number one, as an instructor, me teaching maybe an adult amateur who is not a professional and they've been sitting all day. Or maybe they're standing all day and then they come from a long day of what she's put in for, 10, 11 hours. And now she's here with us, giving us an example of a lunge lesson. So I think this is really important too, that you can see a 19-year-old is struggling after a long day of work. And so making sure that you have proper warm-up, whether it's for riding or it's lunging, that he was walking. You guys didn't get to see that. But when Jenna first got on, she's able to walk around a couple laps in each direction. He gets a chance to warm up. She gets a chance to warm up. And then, unfortunately, you didn't get to see the warm-up, but you always start in posting trot. And then, again, the same simple exercises, the arm circles. One arm and the other, both arms. Then the trunk twist, arm straight out to the sides. Then we switch. A lot of times I do canter. I just thought it might be a lot of ground to cover. Again, I'm feeling disorganized, so sorry, guys. that we would also canter. She would also do the same exercises, and then it would be the real meat of the lesson. So think about that. That's a lot of things to do before you even get to the seat lesson.
And a lot of time for the horse to be on a circle. So like you said, they didn't see it, but you had been switching directions already.
Yeah.
And you've already on camera, now that we're
times.
finally live, you've
Yeah.
switched a few times. But
yeah, so I think we switched 4 times.
a couple of things. I think Jenny, you did a really nice job answering this already, but Jenny had asked, as a rider, how do you feel the lunge lesson benefits you? And I think Megan already asked you that, basically. And Jenny said, I had a lunge lesson with these same exercises, and she says, I could definitely see where I was weak as a rider. So yeah, it is really important. And, you know, it was really cool to watch. I mean, it looks hard. And I just wanted to keep commenting, you know, you're throwing your legs and you're circling your arms all over, and what a great horse.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, and I don't remember if you mentioned on the live or if we were discussing this earlier, the importance of having a safe lunge horse. Because
it's very important, and I can tell you, even in my own stable, I have lunge horses, and they have bad days too. And, you know, maybe we need to stop and lunge. Maybe we need to not do a lunge lesson. I'm going to let you out so you can walk around if you want to unclip that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but cool
I've also seen lunge lessons, been in lunge lessons where the lunge horse isn't safe, and that doesn't help anyone. Because the whole purpose is to help a rider become aware of what they're doing with their body, to help them to become better balanced, and then to work on things. And the most important thing too is, if you notice Jenna at the end I didn't make her do 5 lifts, we stopped. You know, if you only make it to 3, if you only make it to 1, if you only do it at the walk, it doesn't matter. You showed up. You came to try. Go ahead and just walk them around. I think this is important to show too, that after the lunge lesson, that both horse and rider, I personally prefer riders to go without the stirrups, because it helps them, you know, still stretching out their hip, their leg. It gives the horse a chance to not have the side reins on, to look around. It doesn't have to be on the bit, and just walk around and have a nice cool out. It's been 90 degrees today here too. So just giving him a chance to have a breather, I think, is really important.
And you're letting him walk out off circle.
Yeah, off the circle.
He's been working hard on a circle.
Yeah.
So, and I think one thing we should really, you know, tie this into, and I mentioned it, I'm really sorry, you guys. I mentioned this, apparently it wasn't broadcasting, but last week we did a live stream, and it's available on her channel and my channel. We both have a playlist set up. You can find all the live streams we've done, but you demonstrated just lunging a horse, no rider.
Yeah.
We used the same horse. This guy here was wonderful last week. So, and I think this ties into, you know, with the rider doing all these kind of exercises that might spook horses, the horse is looking to you, and it's really important that you know what you're doing. You're very safe with your whip. You know, you're not flat, you know, it's not, you're not losing control with the whip and scaring the horse, and the horse trusts you.
Yeah.
You have a good bond with the horse. The horse knows, yes, you have a whip, but no, he's not going to get beat with it. You know, you're not going to scare him.
No, and it's important to, you'll notice too, I also sometimes struggle staying, if you compare the 2 lunge circles, staying on one spot, because number one, maybe the horse slows down. Maybe I'm focused on Jenna. So it's also too really important to make sure that you're still standing in one spot, which I think I mentioned at one time. I said, okay, guys, I'm having issues. Also, he's really seat sensitive, and he comes in. And so when I'm lunging,
so he tattles?
He tattles. Even though the rider may not think they have more weight on one, I still have to push him out. So not only do I have to focus on Jenna, I also have to focus on that horse.
So if the horse is coming into you, what is that telling you about her weight?
That she's weighting her inside seat bone, or she's collapsing, you know. So again, I did also say we normally actually lunge down at the letter C, because you guys can see that there's a whole line of mirrors down there. And so that way, I like to have the riders hold themselves accountable. You know, it's not just me telling you what to do. You have to do the work, but then you also have to recognize that you may be crooked somewhere. The only thing with lunging that I may not be able to see is if you look at me from behind, a rider may actually be doing this, but if you look from the side, the rider looks straight.
Very hard to see, but you at least, talk about the fact that you have a belt on, your shirt is tucked in, and how that importance for you as the instructor.
Attire. So Jenna, if you can come on down, we can also check out Jenna. You can see she has a very lovely shirt on. It's nice and cool. It's got sleeves. It's comfortable, but also it's one solid color, and it's tucked in. However, I will say those shirts that have like lines on them are super, super helpful.
What kind of lines do you mean? Up and down?
Or? Oh yeah, up and down. Yeah, because then I can see if she's crooked at all. And then she has a belt to keep the shirt tucked in, but also I'm looking at her to see, maybe I can see one side of her belt is higher than the other. You actually look for these things when your students are riding. And notice they're two-tone, so it's very helpful to see her upper body versus the lower leg. However, she's riding a dark horse, and it's dark pants, and I can tell you all of us ladies like to wear dark pants. But for a lunge lesson, it's actually helpful to wear those awful tan, I don't say white because it's dirty. Yeah. We don't want to waste our white pants.
Beige, gray.
Beige, gray. Because, well, and you never know what lunge
pink
you're going to ride, but him being dark, it is harder to see the lower leg. It might have been hard for you guys to see the lower leg.
Yeah, and you've got a dark saddle and a dark saddle pad, dark horse, dark breeches.
Easier to see the leg.
Sly won't let us see it. He keeps turning his head.
But she's also wearing tall boots. Not all of us have the luxury of being able to have tall boots. However, if you have chaps, that are perfectly acceptable. What's not acceptable is tennis shoes. And tennis shoes are really unsafe because let's say, ideally, anything can happen with horses, but the heel is to prevent the whole leg from sliding through. And let's say in an emergency, she might fall off. Then the foot is caught in there. So that's actually why we have boots with heels. Also, we used to be in the military. This is a military sport. And this would protect the leg when we're on the trail. It protects the leg. However, if it's a stiffer leather, it also helps us keep the leg in a certain position. Whereas I've actually ridden in jabs not too often. I feel naked. I have always ridden in tall boots, and there is a huge difference between the tall boots. And also, all tall boots are not created equal. There are tall boots that are stiffer, there are tall boots that are super, super light, and I actually bought a pair, Ariat. I have nothing against Ariat boots, but they were very soft, and a lot of my clients ride in them. But it actually, in one day, the leather on the inside broke. So I will always be having the stiff boot. And Petrie is a good brand. Everyone likes their own brand, so what I might like, you guys might not like. She's also wearing gloves. I think that's super important to wear gloves, even for a lunge lesson. If you're gripping, and some people, they're afraid, maybe their balance is not so good, they're going to grip and they actually get themselves blisters on a lunge lesson because they're gripping so hard, and you wouldn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you actually hang on a second. Stay like that. Megan, can you come over where the camera is and just go in riding position and tell us, so this is what you are seeing, because we're kind of pretending we're on the middle circle here. What are you seeing? If you were to be almost right in front of me, Megan, what are you seeing on her position here? In relation to her attire? Are you looking to see that her belt is pretty horizontal, or is it looking for it to be a little bit raised in the front? For how she's sitting?
Well, it depends on what she's doing, but yeah, I would prefer it horizontal. However, if we're working on her back, if she were hollow, the front of the belt would be lower and the back of the belt would be higher. There's neutral positions where it would be even, and then if her back is a little bit round, the belt is going to come up.
And then, sorry to be a pain, Jenna, but can you billow your shirt out and kind of show us what that's like, or even just pull it out so we can't even see your belt?
Pull it all the way out.
Yeah, and just kind of have it, overly billowed and
well, and a lot of times
messy.
People,
There we
Jen
go.
and I live in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And people come in these big coats. And so what I can't see is whether she's hollow or
Yep.
not.
So now, yep, her shirt's kind of billowy. You can't see her belt. You have no idea if she's truly standing up or not, because like the back is definitely poofed out.
You can't see the writing because people will come in t-shirts. I have to tell them to tuck it in. And it's only for the rider's benefit because they're paying me to notice things. I mean, that's only my job, is to notice things, give you advice on how to sit and how to change it.
Yeah, and then also Jenna has her hair very neatly in a ponytail, so not flying all over her face.
Nope.
So
nope.
That's great.
And
so thank you.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
So she should always wear a helmet.
Yep. So
all riders should.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you. Thank you, Sly.
Cool. Are there any other questions?
I don't think so. We'll send that out real quick. Is anybody who's watching, because I do see we have a couple people who are watching. Do you have any follow-up questions for Megan on this? Megan, I really apologize. We definitely missed a good portion of the start, and I'm so sorry, but maybe, if Jenna's willing to do this a couple times, I really think it's pretty cool to show, and to show the progress. I was cringing watching because I was like, that looks really hard.
Yeah, and that was an easy lunge lesson.
Yeah. So it's great, and perfect example is, she's young, but she's, like you said, she's had a very long day of work, a little tired, second ride of the day, and very physical. And it's not only hot, but it's humid, really humid. So pretty. And does she normally ride this guy, or is this somewhat unfamiliar horse for her?
It is a familiar horse.
Okay.
She started more than a year ago. She had regular lunge lessons, and now she gets more riding lessons. We've also been working on more competitive riding, which sometimes can change our riding style. But late, it's intermittent when he's available. He's a lesson horse, and she has a horse right now that she's learning how to prepare for showing. Sure.
And, we didn't really go over it. Unfortunately, we missed it. But, like I said, if you guys will go back and watch last week's live stream, it's about a 30-minute live stream. And again, it was Megan lunging just the horse. So Sly was our lunge horse again. And kind of went over a discussion on the tack you use and why you use it, how you properly.
Well, they probably missed that. Maybe Jenna, next time do a drive-by.
Yeah.
So the tack is all the same. We're using a bridle. We took the noseband off, and we have the cavesson on that I attach the lunge line to. But then, excuse me, the reins are not wound up. You'll see, or we're not wound up like we do for lunging a horse. Without the rider, they were actually long, and they had a knot at the end, and then we undid the buckle on the reins and put it through the grab strap. So that way, in an emergency, let's say I dropped the lunge on, which I have never done, and I hope I never do. In that event, the rider can pull on the reins and stop the horse. It's something else, or if I were to pass out or something, who knows?
Yeah.
That's why. So Jenna, come down here and help again. I think that's the only difference in this lunging that you'll see.
And you cross the stirrups over, before when you're just one, we obviously don't have a surcingle on, we have the saddle. So,
So you can see the cavesson goes under the bridle. It acts as the noseband. This pulls, this latch pulls it away from his eye, and then the reins, we've already undone the reins. You can see that the side reins are attached. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's go on the other side.
Yeah, we'll go around the other side.
You can see the side rein is attached.
There we go.
Not attached over the neck.
Yeah.
So that's the only.
He's
like, what are we doing here on this late? So that's the only difference.
Yeah. Cool. So otherwise, like we lunged this nice horse last week. So check that out on the equestrian live stream playlist. Let's see, I don't see any more questions. Just, thanks from Jenny. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. And thank you, obviously, Jenna for being our demonstration rider, and Sly for being our demo horse.
Yep.
Very much appreciate that. Yeah, he's a good boy. And yeah, I mean, when you're seeing a rider up there, you know, arms circling around and waving, the horse, you know, needs to be very trustworthy.
Very trustworthy.
So he's a good boy. So yeah, let's see. So this one a little bit longer. We're sorry again so much, you guys, for kind of having some technical difficulties at the beginning. But what I was saying when I thought I was live, and clearly we were not, Megan's information is down below in the description box. Megan, did I understand you have some Lindinhof apparel or fanwear available? Are you if people want to get something, can they reach out to you?
Really cool baseball hat, and you can text me or email me, and we're charging $25, and we can get you a hat.
Cool, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, Megan has Lindinhof 1 is her channel here on YouTube. I have linked that below. She also has a Facebook page under Lindinhof.
Yep. Lindinhof Equine Sports Center.
Yep. So all that, hopefully, you know, the rest of her contact information should be down below in the description. I will make sure it's there. So thanks again. Thanks, Jenna, very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jenna.
And
thank you, Sly.
Yep, thank you, Sly.
Sorry for any repeats.
Yeah.
Again, sorry, I was like just combobulating because I didn't know what you've seen and what you haven't. So,
sorry about that. Our little technical difficulties are a little bad today.
But you were able to hear us.
Yeah, hopefully.
When we were on.
Absolutely. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep, we will plan another one and get that scheduled for next week. So we're gonna head out. Thank you guys. As I'm fussing with my mask here, but thanks you guys. If you're watching this when it's on demand on YouTube, we really appreciate it. You can always leave comments below as well. Let us know if you have a particular topic you want us to cover. Would love to hear that. You can leave a comment here. You can email either one of us, however you want to do that. We both have Facebook pages. Mine's Opinionated Horsewoman on Facebook. She just mentioned hers. It's Lindinhof Equine Sports Zentrum. So thank you guys so much for your support. Again, we appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next live stream. Say bye-bye, Megan.
Bye.